All right, everybody. On today's lesson tidbit, we're going to talk about major and minor pentatonics and how you can use the same fingering of the minor pentatonic for the major pentatonic. A lot of people don't know that, with the same root tone, right? And you can switch between the major and minor scale without really having to do a lot because it's the same fingering. So here we go. So the minor pentatonic, we're going to do it in a D. So 10th fret, 6th string. My jam track's in D, so that's why. But you can do it any key. But so this would be the minor pentatonic. And then the major pentatonic, now what we do is we put our 4th finger on the note D, 10th fret. Now we be. You could also go, you could use the B in here. Basically what's happening here is we're playing like a B minor pentatonic, but B minor and D major are relative. And the reason I'm starting on D and not starting on the B is because when we phrase, if you're phrasing around the B, it's going to make it sound more like you're trying to play a B minor pentatonic phrase versus a D major pentatonic phrase. So those are the two fingerings. Once again, here's the major, and then here would be the minor, right? And you can actually shift between the two while you're soloing. And I'm going to go ahead and put a jam track on now so you can kind of see what goes on there. All right. Major. All right, so you get the idea. You can kind of switch between those two using those same fingerings. And now you gotta be a little careful with what you're doing because obviously your root tone's here. So you gotta be careful about your bends, you know. Because you know you're just because the fingering stays the same doesn't necessarily mean the notes are going to fall that you need in the same type of feel, but you can work it out. But it's a real cool way to kind of switch between what you're doing and spice up your, playing. And it works for a rock thing too. Like if you had a rock jam going on where it's just like, the same thing. So it's just different ways to get some real mileage out of the minor pentatonic type fingering. And, later I'll get into another video where you can expand on combining the major and minors together. But this is just kind of a fun thing to do, expand your playing, stuff like that. So anyway, hope you enjoy it. Later.